Fever down! Bow, bow, bow!
Man, I think it's the next step up mentality as far as players. Our shifts keep changing. Everybody doing a different role, and so I think we all got the mentality where you give and you sacrifice, and I think that's what y'all.
The Indiana Fever pulled off a surprising win, and they did it without Caitlin Clark playing. They faced a strong Dallas Wings team who had just lost a tough game the night before. Over 20,000 fans came ready to watch Clark and Paige Bueckers face off for the first time in the WNBA, but what they saw was even more memorable. In the final minutes, the Fever showed real grit and determination. After the game, Aliyah Boston summed up the win perfectly in just 6 words, capturing exactly what it meant for the team. If you're a Fever fan, drop an "I've got the Fever" in the comments. Let's go.
I think for us, it's about knowing that basketball is a game of runs, and they made their run in that third quarter, and honestly, just continue to stay composed and take it each possession at a time is something that we've been working on, and so for us, that was our focus, is get a stop, go down and score, get another stop, and we try to get a
round. This game was huge. It was Caitlin Clark facing Paige Bueckers, the top pick from 2024, going against the likely no. 1 pick in 2025. This wasn't just any game. It was the showdown fans had been excited about since draft night. The Dallas Wings understood the importance of the moment. Instead of playing at their usual home, College Park Center, they moved the game to the American Airlines Center, the same arena the Mavericks use to fit 20,000 fans. You don't make a change like that unless you expect something special. And they were right. Tickets sold out quickly, the excitement spread everywhere, and social media was buzzing. This game wasn't just about basketball. It showed just how far women's basketball has come down.
This morning that we probably need to hold out again today. It really is a day-to-day thing, and I think for us, making sure that we're prioritizing her long-term health and wellness. It's anybody who's had some of these types of injuries understand that sometimes it's a process. She's a quick healer, and she's been doing everything that she can to get back on the floor. So we just want to make sure that we're hypersensitive to the big picture.
Voice Ethan, everything changed suddenly. Just 2 nights before the big game, Caitlin Clark's groin injury started acting up again. Suddenly, the season's most anticipated matchup was uncertain. Fans had bought tickets weeks ahead, eager to watch Clark and Bueckers go head-to-head for the first time. Now, there was a real chance the star everyone wanted to see might not play at all.
A disappointment for them more than anything, because you want them to see her at her best and us at our best. I hate that for fans, but at the same time, again for us as a team, and for Caitlin as a person and player, her health and wellness is the priority.
It made things even tougher. The Fever had just been crushed by the LA Sparks the night before. Without Caitlin Clark leading the offense, the team seemed off balance. The pace was slow, the ball didn't move well, and Aliyah Boston barely got involved. Everything that usually makes Indiana dangerous just wasn't clicking. It showed how much the team depends on their star, and without her, they struggled.
The biggest thing for us is our attention to detail in our screening. We've got to be great screeners. We got to make sure we slow down and use our screen, and our spacing. We've had some games where our spacing has been poor, and that has not allowed Kelsey to get downhill, and it hasn't allowed space for Aliyah to get going either. So I think that the 2 most important things for us right now offensively is attention to detail and screening and space.
Dallas saw their chance, and they were ready to take it. They knew what usually happens when the Fever play without Caitlin Clark. The offense slows down, Aliyah Boston gets left out, and the whole team starts to fall apart. This looked like the perfect opportunity for the Wings to take control and send a message to a struggling Fever team. But here's what surprised everyone. Despite Clark's uncertain status, 20,049 fans packed the arena. That's a record crowd for women's basketball in Texas, showing up even without knowing if the biggest star would play. That says a lot, not just about this rivalry, but about how far women's basketball has grown.
We'll start Ari today. We'll start her and bring Sid off the bench a little bit. I don't want to take Kelsey out of what she naturally does instinctually on the wing and overload her from a point guard perspective. So with having Ari and having Sid, they'll give us a couple different.
Wings came in confident, thinking they had the Fever right where they wanted them, but then came a surprise. Fever head coach Stephanie White made a bold move. She started Ari McDonald for the first time, changing the lineup everyone expected. No one knew what to expect from this new setup. What happened next shocked everyone, even longtime Fever fans. This game looked like it could go two ways, a total collapse or something truly memorable. When the first quarter started, the Fever came out blazing. Without Clark, they didn't just survive, they took charge. Ari McDonald brought the spark the team needed, speeding up the game and setting a powerful tone with energy that felt unstoppable.
Can't finish.
Gotta finish that.
Oh, beautiful pass. McDonald counted in one.
McDonald was running the game so smoothly. You almost forgot Caitlin Clark wasn't even on the court. Dallas had one clear plan, shut down Kelsey Mitchell, and the rest of the team would fall apart. Sounds simple, right? But they weren't ready for Ari McDonald. Her speed and constant pressure shook up their whole defense. She attacked the basket, broke through their lines, and created openings the Fever hadn't seen all season. The Wings couldn't keep up. What was meant to be a controlled game for Dallas quickly turned into chaos, with McDonald leading the charge.
As a big, you gotta lean in. You can't be falling away.
McDonald has been outstanding.
It made it even more impressive. McDonald didn't miss a single shot in the first quarter. She was perfect from the field, and these weren't just lucky shots. Every move was smart and confident, creating chances for her teammates too. The Fever started strong, sinking their first 7 shots in a row. That kind of accuracy is rare, especially without your star player on the court. But everything was working, the ball was moving, the energy was high, and the team was executing perfectly. It was a clear message to everyone watching.
Inside, can't get it. Liu Ru can't. Here comes Natasha Howard. 9-0 run for Indiana. Lexi Hull carries the three. You gotta get out on her, ladies. She's shooting 51% from beyond the arc.
Aliyah Boston started getting the ball where she needed it. You could see her confidence building with every play. She was finding the right spots to make a real difference. Since the Wings had to focus on McDonald's quickness, Boston found more room down low. She scored easily and grabbed rebounds like she'd been waiting for this moment all season.
Shooting to open the game. The Wings are only 2 of 14. Howard lobs it inside Boston, and Maisha Hines-Allen got lost. Allowed for the easy 2.
And you down to Natasha, and she's going to get in the paint. And so the defense has to step up to protect the drive, and now she puts that air on the ball, and AB is able to finish that shot at the rim. That was beautiful.
Fans who came to see Clark face Buchers got something different and maybe even better. They saw a team coming together, showing what happens when everyone steps up. This wasn't a one-player show. By the end of the first quarter, 5 Fever players were working as one. Indiana led 33-13. Pause for a moment, they outscored Dallas by 20 points in just 12 minutes. Even some Dallas fans stood up and applauded. That kind of respect from the other side. It's rare.
This is what they do.
Yep. Sometimes you're going to have some back-to-back games. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get in the gym and practice. Got it.
Huh.
Good night.
And again, the veteran schools the rookie.
Kelsey Mitchell started to heat up, but she kept things smooth and didn't force anything. The team's smart ball movement was creating easy scoring chances for everyone. Mitchell scored 10 points in the first quarter, fitting perfectly into the flow of the offense. This game wasn't just about filling the gap left by Clark's absence. It was about the Fever discovering what they could become when everyone stepped up together. They had built a strong foundation, but the toughest part was still ahead. Then Dallas came back strong. That big lead started to disappear fast. The Wings found ways to break through the Fever's defense and began hitting shots they missed earlier. Momentum shifted, and Fever fans held their breath. Paige Buchers put on a legendary performance. She scored 27 points and made history with a flawless stat line that stunned everyone. Buchers became the first player ever to record at least 25 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 0 turnovers in a single game. That's the kind of game that not only wins matches but changes careers.
She's just such a smart player. She reads defensive well. She knows how to pick you apart. And so when you play against her, you have to make sure that you're aware of where she is at all times. And also she does a great job of putting her teammates in great position. So for us, I mean, I feel like it's kind of similar in college and in the league. Like Paige is just playing great basketball and making sure that she sets up her teammates.
Wings closed the gap to single digits, and you could feel the tension building in the arena. This was usually the moment when the Fever lose control. Without Clark, the game tends to slow down, the ball stops moving, and players start forcing plays and making mistakes. The same issues from their loss to the Sparks seemed to be coming back, but Kelsey Mitchell wasn't about to let that happen. She took charge, making shots that Clark would be proud of. Mitchell finished with 32 points and 7 assists, hitting 11 of 17 shots. More importantly, she made smart decisions every time she touched the ball. No forced shots, she created opportunities for her teammates while confidently leading the offense.
Every little thing matters.
Mitchell gives it up. Natasha Howard, beautiful shot. Howard with a double-double of 12 and 11.
Aliyah Boston rose to the occasion when it mattered most. She made crucial defensive stops and grabbed important rebounds that kept the Fever's hopes alive. Boston finished with 21 points on 9 of 14 shooting and made all 3 of her free throws. She did all the small but vital things that championship teams need from their big players. The crowd was going wild, watching two teams fight hard without backing down. Both sides were trading big shots like a heavyweight match. The energy in the arena was electric, the kind of atmosphere you only get in truly special games.net.
Yo, great job. Okay, great job. We weathered a storm. We found some toughness in the fourth quarter to be able to get stops and to execute, right? We grew tonight. I mean, it really, everybody just good stuff, okay? Good stuff all around. That's a big time win for us on a back-to-back at the end of a tough road trip, so good stuff.
Hey, one more. Coach's 100th.
Yeah! All right, let's go.
Here we go. Together, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Just minutes left, Aliyah Boston looked out at the Fever. Fans scattered around the arena. You could see something shift in her eyes. Later, she said playing like every game is a home game means a lot. Those Fever jerseys everywhere created an energy that lifted the entire team. Mitchell and Boston joined forces for the final push, helping secure a 94-86 victory. They showed the heart championship teams have when it matters most. The fourth quarter belonged to Mitchell, who took control and made every key play to close out the game. After the win, reporters asked Boston about playing without Clark, handling the pressure, and how the Fever pulled off such an amazing win against a strong Dallas team. Boston looked right into the camera and said 6 simple words: "Every game is a home game." Those words hit deep. Suddenly, everything about that night clicked: the energy, the confidence, and the way this team played like they truly belonged.